So, me and my family are huge American Horror Story fans, and they're about to play an episode right now, so I'm gonna go ask them if they want to watch it. Hey, you guys want to watch American Horror Story?
Heck yeah! Oh yeah.
So, Michael Warner's theory explains that publics are a social space created by the reflexive circulation of discourse. Discussed in class is polysemic text, which means many voices, plus discourse and interpolation would equal the temporal object that is a public. Yeah, they didn't tell when Emma Roberts died either.
She did in the which one? They killed her.
They did?
Killed her in the which one?
They killed her.
They killed her.
She did.
She died.
She
In
died.
Coven, right?
Yes.
I like how they brought the witches back in this season of American Horror Story. And
That was our favorite.
yeah, and Murder House is back too. The Rubber Man, and the Rubber Man came in episode 2.
It was disturbing.
Who do you think Rubber Man is? Do you think it's the guy again?
Satan.
What guy?
Satan.
Oh,
Satan.
never mind, I haven't seen those.
Public. Starring my family. So a trigger that can spark a public is known as interpolation. So in the example, the moment I said, hey, there's an American Horror Story episode on, would you like to watch it? All the like-minded people, my mom and my sister, were like, yeah, let's watch it. Anyone else who would have been here, although this is just an example, would have been like, yeah, let's watch it, let's discuss it too. So because the theory is under the critical paradigm, that means it's always subject to change. When the American Horror Story franchise ends, we might not be part of a public anymore. We might find another interest, and we might join a different public. It might not necessarily always exist. When there's publics, there's also counter-publics, which occur in turn because of the creation of a public. So, looking at the public of American Horror Story fans, there might be counter-publics to those who talk about a specific season. So in American Horror Story Apocalypse, they intertwine multiple seasons where some people who liked the Coven season, they might be more involved in that, whereas someone who liked Murder House or even Hotel, they would be more involved in that. So we discussed in the example the different seasons and how the witches in Coven play into it, how the Murder House plays into it, and Rubber Man, we like to call him, is reintroduced into the series. No, counterpublics aren't necessarily what they sound like. There's a connotation that counterpublics are the opposite of a public. That's not necessary. It is just a smaller group. It might not be so easy to understand to someone who's watching this video. I had the idea of using stuffed animals as the people, but I thought using real life people such as my sister here that you've seen throughout this whole video
Who touching my
What-
spaghetti?
who would have created a better, more understanding of a real life situation. So unfortunately I only had 2 people to work off of instead of maybe more. But that's another point to add, that publics can't just be between 2 people. Publics have to be a group of people, more than 2, who have the same ideologies or maybe the same interests that can come together and relate.